I don't think I've ever had a bad ramen experience. And that's kind of the thing about ramen, is that you walk into this tiny little 5-seater spot, one guy working, behind this curtain. There's only 2 or 3 things on the menu. You get what you get, and it's just exactly what you wanted. And I think that those little gritty spots are the best. My relationship with ramen probably goes back to my relationship with my grandmother's chicken soup. It's one of those nurturing foods. There's something just so, not cliche, but it's soulful about it.
No one reps the H-Mart enough. Nice chicken.
You're taking all of these really great ingredients, these bones, these vegetables, and you're drawing out all of the nutrients.
We'll just go down 27th and find parking. Cully Houston's.
For someone like me, who technically is classically French trained, we learn how to make nutrient viscous stocks. I've kind of used all of that training and applied that to my own sort of styles of ramen broths.
I appreciate it. This little condiment, my friends, is the truth. Yuzu kosho. Yuzu kosho is a fermented chili with yuzu juice.
Ramen has a lot of rules. There are only 2 or 3 real recognized broths. The tonkatsu, which is, I think, the most popular one, that's a pork bone broth. A shoyu is essentially soy broth, and they use a combination of chicken and pork bones. And then there's a miso. Those are really your big 3s. There's a lot of different variations off of those that have sprung up over the 20, 30 years. Use an alkaline noodle. A lot of people prefer a curly noodle, a bent noodle. Bends in the crevices sort of absorb that broth and the flavors better.
It's popping. Is it the weather? It's nice. Everybody, serious vibe. I'll get 2 bags of necks and pork bones. Let me see the bags. 3 more of the necks.
Essentially, it's a hybrid of all of the best ways of making soups, broths, brodos, stocks.
I'm going to take 2 pounds of the shiitakes.
We do a combination of pork bones and chicken bones. We use kombu, bonito, to make a one-pot dashi, essentially. At the Classic Car Club, the ramen I make for the members is a bit different than your traditional ramens. Tonkatsus, they have dashi in them that are made separately and then incorporated after. You start out with cold water, cold bones, and you work your way all the way up to a simmer, and that simmer lasts 48 hours, and you're reducing it. Similar to a French demi-glace. Demi means halfway. Really concentrate the flavors. We've taken all of the best little pieces of each ramen shop that we love. Puto, Soya, those guys, the greatest hits ramen. It's not just a soup. It has all of these garnishes that, you can either combine all at once or you can eat separately. One bite has a little of this. It's just a lot of fun, and there's so much color. It really is one of the best dishes because it incorporates a lot of little steps done well to give you this end result. The protein that we use that is garnished on top is a marinated, roasted, and then braised boneless chicken thigh. We want to almost just sort of fall apart in the soup as you kind of mix it throughout. If you're traveling and you're tasting ramens, how to identify a good ramen? Number 1, the viscosity of the broth is one of the most important things. Great ramen broth is pretty thick, silky, kind of almost creamy mouthfeel, and also how flavorful it is. Number 2, by sight, that 6-minute egg. Sort of a little runny. We do sort of a hybrid, but then it's also marinated and cured a little bit. The noodle and veg to broth ratio. They'll give you maybe 1 or 2 little garnishes, and it's mostly just broth and noodles. Those are some of the best as well because, they don't have a lot to cover up the flavors and textures and quality. Sometimes simple really is the best.